Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to our monthly Saturday morning coffee success training. And today we are going to be teaching you all how to create your dream life. We've got the most amazing speakers from all over the world who are going to be sharing their golden nuggets. So sharpen your pencils, get all your paper ready, and pop yourself on mute as well when you first come on. That would be absolutely fantastic. And get yourselves all ready for a morning of inspiration, information, and excitement. So first of all, we've got our amazing Sue Worrell. And Sue Worrell is an NMD with Juice Plus. And she's been a nutritionist for over 30 years, running clinics in Cardiff and London. And she's been taking Juice Plus for 17 years. And Sue is going to be talking to us today about the Juice Plus products, the science that makes us unstoppable. And I can't think of anyone better to be sharing all this information about the products than our lovely Sue. Are you there, Sue?
I am indeed. I'm here and all ready.
Thank you.
Okay, shall I go and shall I share my screen?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, so yeah, that was my introduction to me. That's me, Sue Worrell. I'm passionate about Juice Plus. I've made it my business over the years. Sorry, frog in my throat this morning. To really understand the product and to really understand why it makes a difference, how it makes a difference, and the science behind why it makes a difference. So I'm just going to whistle through this because there's a lot of information. I managed to do it last time, so I'm going to do my best to do it again. So we've never needed this product more. We have got more problems with heart disease, cancers, diabetes, and obesity than ever. And through the pandemic, we've got these problems have increased, not decreased. We've got more problems with pollution than ever. Our sewage and our waters are also polluted, and the life we live is not exactly an easily natural and healthy one. I'm on a great campaign at the moment to get people to understand ultra-processed foods, because there's never been a time when we had so many. We used to eat in the UK, this is American figures for you to see. In the UK, we used to eat 21 to 28% ultra-processed foods, and the rest was ingredients that we made our own food from. Now we take about 59% to 60%, and 20% of our population are eating 80% ultra-processed foods. So it has never been needed more. It has never been needed more to get the fruits and vegetables and berries and nutrients inside the products into our bodies more than ever. And I love Juice Plus because it promotes the whole health thing: exercise, sleep, stress, eating real food and drinking water. It's the whole body, whole food, whole lifestyle that they try to promote for us all. So oxidative stress, I'm sure you know all about that. But the only thing that we can do that's easy and that we should do on a daily basis is to eat more fruits and vegetables. As Nikki Tolson says, grandma was right, eat your greens, but we're still not listening. So it's really, really important. Athletes need even more, and I've worked with a lot of athletes, and they've really taught me how quickly the body can change when you add that base of a lot more fruits and vegetables in a way that our body can absorb it and in a high quality form. So apples are a really good example of nutrition, and there's 5 milligrams in an apple, which we get when we eat the whole apple. But the artificial version is we take vitamin C things, which are about 1,200, when we only actually absorb 4 milligrams. So we need the whole food, and we need it unfractionated. Move on. No. So we know that vitamin pills are useless. They don't really work. If doctors prescribe them in huge doses for certain things, they do work, and they give us a little bit, but they don't really make a difference. We'd all be well. We wouldn't be unwell, and people like Holland and Barrett would be selling out everything and every single day. So we know it doesn't really work. The problem with obesity and cleansing our body is that if we do a fast thing, that like a fast track thing that is not putting nutrition in. Then we have the toxins circulating around and our body puts the weight on and the toxins back in and puts the fat in to monitor and break down those toxins quicker than ever before. So that doesn't work. What we need is good nutrition in the amounts our body can deal with, because it's inside our fruits and vegetables. Juice Plus is brilliant at the information. We have now got all these wonderful booklets at our beck and call. We can pick up anytime, along with our panel of experts. And Manfred Lamfreck is an amazing guy who came on board to bridge the gap between the science, which can be very complicated, and what it does for the body. And we've got these at our fingertips to send out to people to learn ourselves. And I would recommend that you all listen to every one of these carefully and just pick up the points that you understand that you want to share with others. I've now made a program called Walk the Weight of Mind and Body, where I've put my Juice Plus into, and it's a holistic program. So instead of running my clinics, this is what I do instead. I've been a clinician for many years and learned so much from people's bodies. And this is why I still love and am passionate about Juice Plus. So what is so good about them? The science behind them is incredible in that they are all picked ripe at the right time, not too soon. Most of our product is picked too soon, travels too far, stored for too long. So they're picked at the right time, and they're juice dried very carefully so that all the nutrition is intact. They lose the sugar and they lose a lot of the fiber. And what we're left with is the essence, high quality essence. And then it goes one further, and it's encapsulated in fermented tapioca capsules they're made from polylan, and that ensures that the precious powders are kept safe and they don't oxidize. Because if you have powders in a big tub and you open it, once you open it, 2 or 3 days later, it's oxidizing. So the only way really to keep them safe is to encapsulate them, keep them away from moisture and oxygen. And that applies to all the capsules. The variety they're made from was originally started by a Smoky Santillo, Dr. Humbert Santillo, amazing guy who's got a bestseller, and you can go and look him up. Look at the Juice Plus story, Dr. Humbert Santillo. And he started off this for synergy, and it's kept the same. And the research goes on. So why is it such a high quality? Because they always choose the highest possible variety of each different fruit, veg, berry, and grain. And if you look at this video with this farmer, if you put Juice Plus Cranberry Farmer in, you'll find it very easily. It's on your office as well. His story is the absolute epitome of why Juice Plus is so pristine, so powerful, and such a clever product. These are 2 more videos that I highly recommend you watch. They're very thorough, and they explain very clearly from farm to capsule how they're made. When this product came out, I thought I wasn't going to be enough for me. I thought I might have to have krill instead, but I love the fact that I don't. And it's made from the purest form of omega-3, which is the one I thought there wouldn't be enough of. And that is called Schizochytrum. And it's an algae that can be grown outside our seas. So not only do we not deplete our fish stock, we don't disrupt our amazing oceans, which is very important these days. Again, it's plant-based, and the capsule's made from the same polylan fermented tapioca. And it's got a better oxygen barrier than even the old gelatin capsules. So you don't need to worry about that. And the even more important thing about these is that they don't need heat sealing. It's just a little bit of heat, very, very low, where the others need a great high heat sealing. And it's like Russian roulette on every oil capsule that you buy, because it could be damaging the oil and making the oil not only not good for you, but bad for you. So Uplift is another new product, and I was, again, very concerned about this. I don't know why I worried about it, because Juice Plus is amazing and always comes up trumps. But it did make me think, how can we have an energy drink without sugar? But it is, I don't mean sugar, there is sugar in fruits and vegetables, without adding sugar. This is amazing. It really does work. I'm addicted to it during lockdown, and I'm using it every day. I'm doing more exercise than ever, and I've got late nights sometimes because of where my distributors are and where my connections are. So it is just brilliant. It's 100% plant-based, it's vegan, and it's made from natural juices. And it's all full of B vitamins. B vitamins are really important for us, particularly as women. And if you look at I've just pulled this all together and it's recorded, so you'll be able to copy it another time. But if you look at all the B vitamins and what they do for us, you'll understand why it gives us this buzz and why it lasts so long and why it works so well. The other product that I've been using for all these years is Juice Plus Complete. I've just had pancakes for breakfast with my daughter and my grandchildren made from it. It is just amazing. I'm working with high-end sports people, like watching the Olympics, and the cycling brought it back about being in the Olympics and watching the cyclist I looked after get a gold medal. And they train absolutely nothing. They just eat, sleep, train every day for weeks before the Olympics. And this makes such a difference. And the athletes I looked after had 2 scoops in a shake before the event, and doubled up on the capsules. And then that was his heat. And the last end of the day, he had to do the race again for the gold medal. And he repeated it again and took 7 seconds off the world record. And he's a good example because the Olympics are on, but there are lots of other athletes I've worked with, hundreds of them, who really find a difference, and you can watch the difference. So if it's good for them, it's certainly good for us. It's good for busy mums, and it is so versatile. And the soups and the bars are also great. In sport, the bars are brilliant for golfers. I find that about hole 12, they start to think about what they're having for tea instead of concentrating on the next hole in that plan. And soups, Dan Furlong, who spoke at the Juice Plus conference, he did 16 marathons in 17 days in Nepal and 6 marathons in 7 days in the Amazon jungle. And he used the soups as recovery because he liked the savory taste. So not my cup of tea, but it really did him world of good. And he came in 10th, and he was one of the older ones. So that was brilliant. So we've got to be careful what we say these days. And I think the most important thing is the saying that's been around all the time. And you say to people, it's not a meal replacement. It's not a food replacement. It bridges the gap between what we should eat and what we'd like to go out there and eat every day and what we actually do manage. Because on a daily basis is what is the oxidative stress we get. Every day we get hammered by oxidative stress, and it's what we take in that day that we have to combat it. Otherwise, it eats into our glutathione, and when they look at all the people with long COVID, it's a shortage of glutathione that they've got, even if they're healthy. That seems to be the problem. So this keeps us safe. So it has a brilliant certification, NSF, and is the most researched product on food ever. And you can find it on PubMed and Medline, which does a score, and it's actually been scored, our product, and the high score on Medline is 1, and our product scored plus more than 100. So that is something to be proud of, and you can look any of those up at any time. These are all the universities that study Juice Plus, and they are, nearly all of them now are gold standard studies. We've got an advisory board with brilliant doctors like Dr. Rick Du Bois, and these are some of the studies that are going on and completed. You can look them all up. You should all go and look at the studies and get to know them, and make sure you know the results that you can quote for the family health study. There's no other study being made on children anywhere than ours, and it was voluntary, and the numbers are huge, so you can always quote that. Tower Gardens is the latest thing, and I love mine. I'm loving eating Tower to table through the lockdown, especially. And the average lettuce travels about 60 miles and loses 60% of its nutrition. So makes a huge difference if you can grow your own. So just look into Tower Gardens. If you don't know about them, go and have a good look and go on the Tower Garden meeting. The other thing that I really admire the company for is that they've created an actual science institute. So it's created to help advance and promote the latest discoveries and research from the growing body of plant research that's already there. It's all about from seed to plant to human body, not plant, as I've got. So Why do I love Juice Plus? I love Juice Plus because nutrition is all about real food, and real food is all about quality. And that's why I love it. And this is a slide showing a picture of a pharmacy run by farmers with an F, not a PH. And that's why I love it. Take it, all my family take it. I don't have someone to come on and give a testimony this morning. Most of my people are either tied up with their work or clinics or on holiday. But I just want to talk about this guy very quickly, if that's okay. He is one of my Juice Plus clients, and he started on my Walk the Weight Off program. And in the first lockdown, he was unable to walk. His knees was really bad, terrible leg ache. He was overweight, as you can see on the first picture. He was just diagnosed type 2 diabetes, and he had a stroke. So he phoned me yesterday, and he just been to the doctor again. So he's lost over 3.5 stone. He's no longer diabetic. He's off all medication, and he was in hospital because he was giddy and not very well the last week and feeling like he was going to faint all the time. So he couldn't get an appointment with the doctor, went into A&E, they examined him, and they said to him, your blood pressure tablets are the only one he was left on. You need to stop taking them. Your blood pressure is too low. So now he's off all medication, and he's going to see his consultant next week, just because the consultant wants to know what he's been doing. So that's a brilliant testimonial for the Juice Plus products.
That's absolutely incredible, Sue. Thank you so much. He's done absolutely amazing. That picture speaks 1,000 words, but obviously the incredible health benefits as well. And I love hearing your testimonials or, presentations every time, because I always take something new from what you say about the products. And obviously you're so passionate about helping people achieve their health goals as well. So thank you so much.
No problem. Just want to start sharing.
Thanks very much, Sue. So up next we have got our absolutely beautiful Ellie Myhill, who is a QNMD in the business. She is a mummy of 2 and a part-time teacher, and she's done this business for 3.5 years, and she absolutely loves it. I'm obsessed with Ellie and her Instagram. She's absolutely amazing. Her page is so fun and exciting, and she's going to be talking to us about how to get your Instagram up to speed to reach the world. So welcome, Ellie.
Hi. Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you. You always give like the loveliest introductions. It's so nice. So thank you. So yeah, Instagram is like my favorite topic. I absolutely love it. I actually think it's probably something people find a little bit hard to get their head around. When I first started, I remember being on Facebook a lot. And then Instagram, I just found it very difficult to get the difference between Facebook and Instagram. So just let me know in the chat if you predominantly use Facebook or Insta for your business. Maybe you're not on Instagram at all. It is very different. And I think, yeah, a lot of people do Facebook. So it's very different in terms of, I feel like on Facebook, you can be a little bit more like sales based, a bit more forward in terms of your posting about both the business and the products. With your Instagram, you really have to kind of get your niche on there. My Instagram is Mummy Myhill, if anybody wants to have a little look. I mean, it's not the best, but I have been working on it for a few years now, and I do feel like I'm actually kind of getting to grips with it now, and I get how it works. So with your Instagram, first and foremost, you kind of need to know who you are and what you're going to put on your Instagram. So for me, for example, I am a mum. I'm into like fitness, and that's very much what my page says. What you want to first of all stay away from is you want to stay away from keeping your Instagram like Juice Plus based, which might sound silly because obviously, yes, we're using social media to build our business, but you have to remember people on Instagram, they judge books by their covers. They are quite, they like it to be aesthetically pleasing. So if you're on there and you're putting loads of like product posts, loads of results posts, being kind of a bit spammy, like we maybe would on Facebook, it's just going to turn people off, because you want to be building like relationships on that, and you really want to be putting across who you are. So first and foremost, make sure your Instagram bio looks really good. I would avoid having in there things like, Juice Plus rep, that kind of thing. Keep it very specific to you. So if you are a mum like me, put in there that you're a mum. If you're into yoga, put it in there. You want people to look at your Instagram bio and immediately relate to you, because if you are reaching out to your tribe, which hopefully you are, then they will relate to you because they will see themselves in your page. Make sure your picture, just like on Facebook, is obviously of you, and it's so they get to know you on there. With your posting, so I am quite like OCD about this. I like them all to look the same. It doesn't, you haven't got to spend hours on it, but things like take pride in it. So remember, your Instagram like needs to look pleasing, look nice to people. So take some time to use things like a preset on there, and I keep all my pictures very similar in terms of the style they are, like the colors I use. So it's like I've got a particular vibe on there with the posting on there. So like I said, I avoid posting like products on there and results, but I actually get most of my sales from Instagram. So on my grid, I keep it very lifestyle based. So I'll do, and I try and aim for like every third picture to be a picture of me, because again, I want people to know me. And remember, particularly on Instagram, people will order with you because of you. They don't, you kind of want to get to the point where they don't even care what the product is. They have no idea that you take Juice Plus, no idea, but they know that you are on this product, you look good, you feel amazing, they follow you, so they want what you have. And that comes from putting you on there. So kind of don't worry about getting your products on your actual grid. Okay. I will occasionally do like a picture of me, like either in my workout gear or maybe like some swimwear, just to show like my updated results. But I tend to avoid doing it as like results post. I will just mention the products slyly in my my caption at the bottom, and just very much have it as me on there. So in terms of sales, I very much use my stories, and stories are massive. And to be honest with you, this is why I like Instagram, and I much prefer Instagram to Facebook these days, because I find it much easier. Like on my Instagram, I will post, I always do a morning quote, but I try and make sure that by the end of the day, I've archived it, just so it fits in with my page. I told you I was OCD, so it all looks the same. But the reason I do a morning quote is because my target audience is mums in terms of the business and probably the products. And I get a lot of mums who, when they wake up in the morning, like the kids are screaming and they're like, oh my God. And I have been mums message me and be like, oh, I loved seeing that quote this morning. Like, it's just what I needed, because I know that they need that little boost in the morning. So if that fits in with your target audience, do something like a positive quote. You want to be that shining light where you may not get many people like or comment on it, but they've seen it and they know, and you know, use the same style. So I use the same pink quote when I just obviously change the actual quote, but the same background each day, and people get to know that. So have that on there. Then I will do a lifestyle post every day on there, just one, and I'll mix up between me. It's Mummy My Hill. I'll pop it in the, if any of you can pop it in the chat, because I can't access it for some reason. Yeah, and I do it of just me, and then I will tend to do like a reel and an Instagram TV either every day or every other day. Obviously, you don't have to do that often, but know what your target audience likes. So I know that a lot of my target audience is mums, so they're going to be stressed with the kids when they see a silly reel by me. Like, it makes them laugh and they like that, and that's what they get to like and get to know, so they expect that. So I'm going to deliver and I'm going to give them that. So they're my posts on my grid I would do each day: a morning quote, a lifestyle post that's of you or you and the kids, but you need to be in there. And then if you're up for doing a reel on Instagram TV, get them on there as well. Again, I don't leave them on my page. You'll see if you go on it, I tend to leave them on for like 12 hours, and then I'll just remove them so they're still on my Instagram TV area, still on my reel area, but they're not on my main grid. The reason being is because I mainly use my Instagram for recruitment. Like I said, I do get sales through my stories, but the reason I have Instagram is because I feel it's the easiest way for me to find my tribe, because you can use like the hashtags to search different ones. So a lot of them I use is mum based. So if you're, I know you use like mum examples a lot, but let's say you're into yoga or whatever your kind of vibe is, you can use the hashtag search to find those people. Think about where you go as well. So for me, I spend pretty much all my time at soft play or at farm parks or anywhere that's going to entertain my kids. So that's where I'm going to find my audience, because they're going to be going to those places. So think of an area, let's say if you want to build near you. So I'm in Sheffield, I will literally look and research, and obviously I go to them, but places where mums are going to take their kids near Sheffield. They're the places that I'm going to go onto on location and search, because my tribe's going to be there. And I will go onto there, and I'm very forward on Instagram, which I think some people are kind of a bit scared of doing sometimes. I don't call it cold messaging, because I call it lukewarm, because I will go on there, I will find somebody who I obviously like the look of their page, think they'd be good at business. I'll go through their story, comment on their stories, if we ask them a question, you know, like a few of their pictures, and then I'll find a picture that's of them, and I will say something like, I love your page, would love to collaborate with you, I've popped you a message. And you want your message you send them to be very specific to you. So when I first started doing this, we've all done this, but I would send messages that just sounded nothing like me. For example, the message I used to send, like sometimes I come across it now and I cringe, it would say, hey hun, like I don't use that word, I never use it, but I I just copied and pasted it because I'd seen someone else do it, and it's taken me a little time to find out, like, you know, the kind of things I would say and just be real and be me in a message. And I'll just be really simple and say like, hey, I'm a mum like you, I love your page, I'm looking to work with other mums and get them earning from their phone, would you be interested? I don't tell them anything about the products at that point or what the business is, because I want them to know if they are interested in that, because if they tell me yes at that point, like they're interested in earning income, I can 100% help them. Like when I was and I was actually recruited by this on Instagram, which is why I'm really passionate about doing it this way. The message said something very similar. I didn't even care what it was, because I was a mum who was like desperate to earn an income around my kids. Like that's what I wanted. And I didn't care really what the opportunity was. I just wanted to get involved. And that's how I think that other mums are going to feel. So don't be afraid to offer the opportunity out there. And remember, it is a numbers game. And effectively, the more people you offer it to, the more people's lives you could potentially change. And that's going to help you grow your business and change your life. And that's how I look at it. And do you know what? If you're going to get people who say no, like you are going to, that's not a reflection of you. It's not down to your message, to who you are. It's down to them not being interested. And that's absolutely fine. It's our job to share it. We have got the honey pot. It's up to them if they want to take it. And this is where having your Instagram looking like aesthetically pleasing is really important, because when you message someone, and I get this a lot, so if you message someone about the opportunity, the first thing they're going to do is go on your page. If they see that you are in your bio a Juice Plus rep, or you've got like boosters on your page, or like, you know, all these products, they're going to be like, oh my God, I do not want my Instagram to look like that. No, I am out. I'm not interested. Or they'll be like, I can't do sales. That, you know, all those kind of things we get people say all the time. If your Instagram looks intriguing and it looks pretty and it looks fun, and you look confident and you look like you are literally living your best life, that person is going to be like, what's she doing? Like, I want in on this. And I get quite a few people say to me, oh, hi, I get quite a lot of these messages, but you look like a real person. Like, so yeah, I'm interested. And that immediately tells me everything I need to know, because we have to remember there's a lot of people out there, not just within our company and others, who are sending messages to people. And if you're not doing it, someone else is. So you're already missing, you're already behind and missing out. And you have to think, why is someone going to say yes to your message and not someone else's? And this is where you have to relate to the people you're messaging, make your page relatable to them, and just make it look welcoming. You know, remember, you want to intrigue people so that when they say, yes, I'm interested to know more, they are waiting. They are literally sat there waiting for you to give more away. At this point, I will then, you can do a couple of things. My favorite thing to do, obviously it depends if I'm at work or with the kids, but I will just voice note, a 2-minute voice note, and I will just be very chatty in terms of the business, what it is, very brief. And you want to like practice your 2-minute voice note, just go through, mention the joining fee, so there's no issues there, talk about briefly what it is, and just a little bit about you. And that's all I do. And then from there, I'll get them on the phone, or we'll talk a bit more, that kind of thing. And, or you can have, I also have a little highlight you'll see on my Instagram, which is basically my 2-minute voice note in a video. So if I'm at work, let's say, 'cause I like to be quite instant in my reply to them, so they don't like look in too much detail and then, you know, go and ask someone about Juice Plus and Karen down the road says, oh no, like don't do that. I want them to come to me, and I want me to be the one that goes to them with the information. And that's why it's important to do a voice note or do a little highlight that's a video of you, because it's very personal to you and it's personal to them, and they'll relate to you. Because if they've replied to you because they like you and your page, it has to be you that's then talking to them. So even if you're super new and, you know, you've just started with recruitment and maybe you've only hit a couple of positions, like this is where I used to fall down. I thought, oh, I haven't got a big story to tell. You're the most relatable then, because that person is going to find, like, you know, a PMD plus in our business so unrelatable, they're going to think, I can't be like that. I'm not like that. When you are a mum, let's say like me, and I'm messaging someone and I'm just saying, you know, I'm a mom, I do it around my teaching job, around their kids, they're like, oh, like I could do that. Like I could do that. That's easy. And you become relatable. So make sure you put your story across and your kind of like business experience across, basically. I'm just checking the chat. So the message I send, I change it up depending on like what their Instagram is like, but it basically says like, hey, lovely, I'm looking to work with other mums who want to earn income from their phone. Is this something of interest to you? So very brief. My advice to you would be write a message down that you would say yes to. So think about if someone messaged you about this business and maybe you got messaged about it, I don't know, what made you say yes? So for me, it was earn an extra income around like your kids or your current commitment, something like that. because I was like, that's exactly what I need. So I would play around with it. Don't just copy and paste one, write a message down and work out that, is that something you would say yes to? Because if you would, your target audience probably would. And that's how I would do it. And also on your Instagram, just a quick tip, you can actually make your account a creator's account. I think it's through the business account, which basically gives you 2 inboxes. So on your Instagram, on your messages, you get like one inbox next to it and you've got another one. So all I do is every single person who says yes to the business, I swipe across and they go in a separate inbox. I wish Facebook had this. It's so simple, because then when you have, like, I have follow-up Friday, I spend my Friday going through those. So anybody who I've sent my voice note to and they haven't replied, I will just say, and I'll type this one, because obviously if they're busy, I want it to be they instantly see it. Hey, did you get a chance to send that voice note? Just to follow up. Even then, people who I've messaged like a few weeks ago, I don't pester, but I'll do things like send them a positive quote, you know, and just say, hey, lovely, happy Friday, saw this on Pinterest, want to share it with you. That's me following up in a way that's not being like, are you interested? Do you want to join my team? Which I used to do. And I think I lost a lot of potential team members like this, because people were like, oh my God, she's insane. Chill out. I don't want to do this. I'm not joining her team. Whereas now it's like, oh, that's that Ellie. Oh yeah. Like, oh, and when I have people say like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot this in your voice note, I'll listen to it now. And they listen to it and then they're like, oh, actually, yeah, I'm interested. Because you're not putting pressure on, you're just letting them know like, hey, I'm still here. Remember the business I spoke about, like, and they'll just get back to you on their terms. So never write people off, because people don't join straight away. And that's why having them in a separate inbox on Instagram is great, because like when it was free sign up, I signed up like 70 people under me. And I did that because I literally went through that inbox and messaged every single person and about it being free. And it was easy for me because I had them in there and I had a second inbox to message them about it. So, you know, if you have a free sign up somewhere, or I'm not going to mute everyone, or you have like, you know, an offer you're doing or something, you've got them in a separate inbox for that. So that's how I do my messaging, how I find people. Quickly on stories. So this is where I get most of my, well, all of my orders really from, and reels actually. So stories, you want them to be like a blog of your day. I'm actually currently blocked from like talking on my story. It just doesn't upload. It's killing me. I don't know why. And I'm like, oh no, but I'm trying to do it in different ways. So for me at the minute, it's a lot of boomerangs. It's, you know, I'm trying to change it up a bit, but you basically want your stories to be a blog of your day. And you want the products and the business to feature in there naturally, authentically, just like it would you're brushing your teeth. Because if you are taking these products every day and you are doing this business every day, they will naturally fit into your life. So for example, like in this morning, I have made my shake and just had it before coming on here. And I've just done a boomerang of me holding it and saying, quick healthy breakfast before getting on a training call. Like, that's not me necessarily saying, and I'll do a few like captions about what's in it. That's not me necessarily saying, oh, here's my juice plus shake, who wants it? I'm just saying, this is what I take, and this is why I feel good and why I'm, you know, able to do what I do. This is what it is. And people are intrigued with that. With the business, I was at Soft Play yesterday. I just put a little boomerang up with something said like, oh, love being able to earn income from anywhere, with a little poll saying, get me earning, like I'm interested. I'm not going into loads of detail, but I'm just saying this is what I do, and it is how the business fits into my life. So make it quite natural in your stories. I just really quickly, so no time's running out. I do also use reels for both products and the business. So I try and do a reel each day. I'll mix it up. So one day it'll be a reel that's just like mum life, a bit funny, just to kind of engage my audience and kind of keep them interested and entertain them. And then I will do like a product one and a business one. I've got loads on there if you want to go on mine and have a little look, but I get a lot of people who message me and say, hey, I'm interested, and they just like send me my reel. So they really, really work for business 100%. Like products, I'm getting it a bit more now because I mainly use it. I feel like my Instagram is mainly business based, but in my head, I was thinking if I get people for the business through these reels, I'm going to get customers. You've just got to utilize them. Video content on Instagram is massive. So if you're not doing reels, like get on them, because they are fun and you will love them. Yes, I always try and share my reel to my story, but I'll put like a little little gif on there saying new reel, so it covers it up so they want to see it, and it kind of just keeps them intrigued. I have a creator account but don't I'm not sure, Helen, what that one says, but yeah, reels are absolutely massive. Second inbox. Okay, so just quickly, I'll try and show you on mine actually. So on your Instagram, if you see here, it'll say I've got primary and general. I've got 2 inboxes. So anybody who is my potential, I'll just swipe across and put them in my other inbox. So it should come up as soon as you change it to a creator's account or professional account. I think mine's as a blogger, it should come up, and it just makes life so much easier because, and again, if you're speaking to a lot of people each day, like I message, so just for numbers, I aim to message 100 people a day on Instagram directly about the business. I obviously sometimes get blocked. I do them in chunks of like 20. And on average, for me, if I message 100, I probably get 10 people come back and say yes. I don't get 10 teamies every day, unfortunately, but they're 10 people who I know they are interested. And if every day I'm consistent in my content and I'm giving value in my content and they're still watching, at some point they're going to join me. And if they're in that second inbox, every Friday I'll go through, just send a positive quote, I'm on their radar. And it's so important to do that. So I'm so sorry I've gone over, but I hope that was okay.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm still writing notes. Send positive quote on follow up Friday because I love that. I was like, honestly, so many amazing tips. I'm definitely a Facebooker rather than Instagram, and just like you said, you know, that trying to transition over from Facebook to Instagram, they're definitely so different, and I think it can be a bit challenging. So thank you for all of the amazing tips, absolutely incredible. I've taken so many notes, especially about the creators account and the 2 inboxes, because of course I had no idea about that, which I'm going to message you about after. And also about the reels as well. It's just a bit of a kick up the bum because we all know we should be doing them. I know I should be doing them. I find them a little bit uncomfortable, so I sort of put them off, but I'd be the first person to say you've got to step out your comfort zone. So thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. Did you have a special guest speaker, Ellie? Or one of your team?
I have. Yeah, Sam, my amazing Sam. Where are you? Sam, I can't see. Unmute yourself, Sam. She's somewhere. I'm sure she's on.
Hi.
All right, so yeah, just really quickly, Sam, just tell everybody you are one of my diamonds. A little bit like 2-minute business story, you know, why you joined, that kind of thing, and why you love it.
Oh, okay. So I've been in the business for just over a year and a half now. I'm an SC in the business, and originally Ellie actually approached me when I was pregnant with my son, and of course I was like, no, I don't want to join, like I'm going to be a new mum, you know, I just want to focus on my child, and I said no, but kept her on my page, kept seeing her every day. And then after I actually had my son, I actually wanted to get healthier and lose my baby weight. So I actually reached out to Ellie about the products, and she asked me again about the business. And because obviously I was going to order the products anyway, I just thought, what can I lose? So I actually signed up there and then on the day, and haven't looked back since. I lost 3 stone in 3 months off the products, and felt absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to get healthier and find the love for the products and find the love for the business, and I just couldn't think of anything better to do. But yeah, that's it really.
Oh, amazing. And you are just incredible, Sam. Like, you're so consistent, and this is a big thing with you, so consistent, happening from day one, and you are 100% going to go to the top. You're amazing.
Thank you, ladies, so much. That was incredible. Sam, congratulations on your weight loss and your business so far. You're absolutely smashing it. And Ellie, absolute golden tips on Instagram. I'm definitely going through all those again with a fine-tooth comb. So thank you, ladies. So everyone, if you'd like to put your top tips in the chat there, from Ellie of your takeaways, would be absolutely fantastic. And then I would like to go on to our gorgeous Sara Mohon, who you've already seen this morning. And Sara is an MD in the business, and she's been in the business for 4.5 years, and she works the business around being a full-time mummy to her 2 gorgeous children. And Sara is going to be talking to us today about creating a DMO that takes you to where you want to be. Are you there, Sara?
I sure am, yes. Thank you so much. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the call so far. Thank you to all of our amazing speakers. It's been absolutely incredible. I really, really look forward to this call every single month. Thanks to James for arranging, because there's just so much incredible content, and I think it just gives us that great boost for the month ahead. So I am going to be talking to you about DMO, and I absolutely love a DMO. I do feel like it's all I talk about sometimes, and that I probably bore people with a DMO. But the reason for that is because it works. So why not do it if you know that it works? So in this business, as with anything, if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. And if you treat it like a business, you're going to get paid like a business. So with like a traditional job, say a 9 to 5 or a traditional business, you have stuff that you have to do every single day, and you know that because you've got your boss there saying, have you done this, have you done that? Well, our business is exactly the same. If you want to see growth and you want to see your business progressing, there's stuff that you're going to have to do every single day, and that is when your DMO is going to come into it. So you have to stay consistent with your small daily tasks, and that's when you're going to see your business really take off. But of course, at the same time, be realistic with yourself and don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I can definitely be guilty of that as well. But just do what you can where you can. And I always say to everybody, as long as you go to bed of an evening and you say to yourself that I've done everything that I could today and I worked as hard as I possibly could, then that's all that matters. So as Paula said, I am a mum of 2. My eldest son has got autism and ADHD and Tourette syndrome. So he's got very high needs. He can have very challenging behaviour, and he needs one-to-one care throughout the day as well. So I totally understand, and I really wanted to touch upon this. I really understand. I'm not sure if you're a mum on the call, let me know. If you're struggling a bit with your DMO through the school holidays, please let me know as well. I do get it. I really get it. And thank you. It's not just me, thank God. You know, being a parent and trying to stay consistent through the school holidays is very tough. So just do what you can where you can. Get organised, plan your days ahead. And one thing that I've done as well is to strip back your DMO. You know, it's unrealistic for me to think that I'm going to be able to do, thank you, I'm loving that everyone's agreeing, it's not just me. It's unrealistic for me, like this is my usual DMO. I'm not going to get that done during the school holidays, okay? You know, there's no point in me saying that I will. So what I have done is I've just sort of sectioned it off, as you can see, and I try to make sure, right, okay, these are the things that I have to do. Regardless, these are the things that are really essential. And then the other ones, I'm like, okay, if I get time, I'm going to get that done. That's what I've done with mine through the holidays, and it just takes that little bit of pressure away. But at the same time, you know, it's a balance, isn't it? You don't want to be killing yourself and being so stressed out. I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't clicked off my DMO, because I like to see all of this ticked off and I'll be like, oh, it will really stress me out. But you know, we can only do what we can. But at the same time, do be strict with yourself, because you cannot let your business slip and drop throughout August, because I've done it. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I'll be the first person to hold my hands up and say, you know, I've completely dropped the ball throughout August before, on a number of occasions. But do you know what happens then? Your September, October, November and December goes a bit like this. And nobody wants to see their graphs going like this, do they? Definitely not. We want to see it going right the way up. So please, from me to you, just do what you can where you can throughout August, throughout the school holidays. Sorry, this is mainly obviously for mums and dads, but you know, relates to everybody, because perhaps some people are going off on lovely holidays, even if we're not. But you will regret it if you let your business dip. Now, one of the biggest and toughest parts of our business, I think, is staying focused and consistent when you're not seeing immediate results. And I was talking to quite a few people about this last week, because, you know, like say for instance with recruiting, it's so easy to recruit when your business is booming, isn't it? When it's like promotion, you've got that natural excitement about the business and you're naturally going to attract people to the business. But when you're not seeing immediate results, it's really difficult to stay consistent. So that's when I see most people will sort of go, oh, you know, it's quiet, so I might as well just not bother, or I'm not going to follow my DMO, I'm not going to go live. Or some people even say, I'm going to quit, you know, I'm going to leave it, I'm having a really bad few months, I'm just going to leave. It's the biggest mistake that you can make. Again, I've been doing this for 5 years, and there's, you know, with all businesses, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But if you persevere through those times where it's a little bit tough, where you're not seeing results, but you stay consistent anyway, it is going to go up. I promise you. So just keep going and stay consistent no matter what is coming your way. And just say to yourself, I might not be seeing the results right now, but I know if I stay consistent and I believe in myself, I know that I'm going to start getting the results that I want in the next few months. And what you're doing right now throughout August and throughout the summer holidays is just planting those seeds. You're building those relationships and you're setting yourself up so that the last quarter of this year is going to be absolutely amazing. And right now is such a crucial time to be setting yourself up for an amazing new year. Again, I think it comes with having done the business for quite a while, but you sort of plan ahead in terms of quarters and knowing that we've got January coming. I know that seems really far off. I don't want to talk about Christmas and January, but what we're doing now is setting ourselves up for a really good new year. So play the long game. It's a business, it's not a quick fix. So where do you want your business to be in the next 6 to 12 months? And if you put the work in now, you will see the results. And the people who are working now are the ones that are going to have an incredible September, an incredible October, because they did not drop the ball throughout August. And that's when their business is going to boom in the new year. So keep building now, keep focusing, and focus on having the biggest, strongest possible team that you can when you get into January. That's always what I focus on at this time of year. You know, when you go, January is obviously for us it's always been my best month in the business. I absolutely love it. Most people dread January. I count down the days to January. And what you need to start thinking now, when you go into the new year, would you rather have 5 people on your team, or would you rather have 10 people? Or would you rather have 10, or would you rather have 20? So really start building strength in numbers as we head into the new year. So as you've probably seen loads of times, I have my DMO laminated so I can wipe it clean every day. And I would really recommend that you do that if you can, because it's just nice and neat and you can start again the next day. But I do feel like sometimes I can get a bit carried away with my DMO and overcomplicate it as well, which just puts a bit of stress on yourself. And you know what you'll hear across the board all the time is to keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. So when you strip it right back, we get paid to do 3 things. We get paid to use the products, share the products, and share the business. So keep that at the forefront of everything you do. So to touch on sort of like a basic sort of summer DMO that I'm following for anyone who just wanted some tips on what it is that I actually do, or what I would recommend that you guys do. So number 1, use the products, you know, and show that you're using the products. Again, it's the backbone of our business. And just like Ellie said, this should come naturally. If you're using the products, you know, that's going to come naturally. I wake up, I have my uplift, I have my capsule. So straight away, I can put that on my stories, I can put it on my page. And that is definitely one of the essential things that we should be doing that's a non-negotiable. So showing that you're on the products. Number 2 is to share the business daily. I'm laughing because it's one thing that I sort of sometimes slack with a little bit, because I'm so passionate about the products. I could post and scream about the products all day, every day, because I just love them. So I really have to remind myself, come on, post about the business, post about the business. And I think it's nice to go back to your page, have a look over it. Firstly, say, would I join my team? Secondly, am I showing that there's a business opportunity there? Am I offering the business to anyone? But also evaluate your page and say, yeah, I'm so glad that you guys agree. What percentage is products and what percentage is business? Because mine can sometimes be like 80-90% products, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. I just love the product so much. So really have a think about it and switch it around, because ideally, I think personally, we want it more like 70% business and 30% products. So that's what I try to do with mine now. And ways that you can post about the business. What's it done for you and your family? You can write a list and refer back to it. I've actually got one here, recruitment post ideas that I've been using, just so that I can have it right there in front of me, laminated again, so I can refer back to it. But you know, it could be, it's showing your showing the lifestyle, showing the business, you know, taking the kids out, days out, meeting up with your team, working from home post, paying your bills, filling your car up. So just, you know, old team meets, things like that. Let me have a look, sorry. just product and business or lifestyle too, all mixed in together. And I think, you know, with the business, about it being lifestyle, Howard, like I think I try to do a lot of that. So what I would say, like indirect recruitment posts, rather than saying, you know, I used to be very guilty of join my team. But I think actually, again, like Ellie said, you know, I'm at soft play, I'm building this around my business. Or for me at the moment, what I'm sort of focusing on, I know that the school holidays are really, or, you know, coming up to Christmas is a really financial stress time for a lot of people. And the school holidays are very expensive. So just sort of saying, you know what, I'm so grateful that I can take my kids here, or I can do this. So indirectly posting about the business. But you can also do, you know, team promotions. Going on to Tamila's page is a great one, because obviously she's got, you know, all the new SCs, QSSCs, and you can do some great posts about that. You can do congratulations and shout outs to the team. You can do posts about it being payday. You can do posts about the events. We've got the convention coming up, the NMD meetings coming up, in team incentives. And do you know what as well, we have right now, side note, we're now able to see people, which is amazing, and we're now able to meet people. So go out of your way to arrange meetups with your team wherever they are, get it booked in. It's something that is so amazing for advertising our business. Some people join for money, some people join for this, a lot of people join for the community and the friendships and the fun. So arrange those meetups with your team and blog it all over your page. And all of those things, you know, are going to make you excited about the business. And that is what you're going to build your business on. You're going to build it on excitement. Because, you know, if you post and you go live and go, yeah, you know, I've got this really great business opportunity and I really want you to join. Or if you go live and go, oh my God, I just met up with my team, I'm so excited, we've got the convention coming up, like which one would you go for? So, you know, you really have to be posting about the business and make sure you're really excited. Or I'm not sure which one, Helen, the third thing, I've gone through loads. Well, number 3, I'm on it now anyway, if that's what you meant. Number 3 on the DMO is to keep it personal. And what I mean by that is to share your day, blog your life, and let people get to know you. This is when they're going to join your teams, when they know, like, and trust you. So if you're just posting about the products and you're just posting about the business, you know, again, like what Ellie said, you're not giving people a reason to come and follow you or to watch your page. So you want to be making sure that you're sharing your life, your day. You know, a lot of that can be through the live videos or posting, you know, what you're up to with the kids. And this is what a lot of people, I think, miss out, or a lot of people slack on. Or there's always one thing that I think people miss out, including myself sometimes, especially in the holidays. There's always one thing that people miss out on. And I don't know if anyone can relate to this as well, but interaction on Facebook over the past few months has gone down a lot. It can be with their algorithms, it can be when they're doing new updates. So let me know if you've noticed that perhaps your views on your lives or your stories or anything has gone down recently, because I know a lot of people, have really been saying that. Doing those personal posts is what's going to help you to build that back up massively. Like, you know, I done some posts yesterday, perhaps I done one about the uplift and the capsules, and I done another one about the business, but then I done some about having a day out. And which one gets much more interaction is the day out. So you need to be making sure that you're keeping it personal and doing a good mixture of both. And also in the middle of that, you know, I'm going to talk about a little bit about following your likes in a minute, but when you're following your likes, which is where I built most of my business, if you're not doing those personal posts, you're not going to have any likes to follow. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you've got loads of likes on those posts, that's the people that you can be messaging about the business. So number 4, I don't know what I'm doing for time, just tell me to jump over. Once I start, I don't stop. And I've had an uplift this morning as well. Number 4 is to go live every day. Not what everybody wants to hear. I have been slacking a bit with this because I've got a temporary phone. That's a whole nother story. But without a doubt, this is where you're going to see the most interaction on your business. This is where you're going to secure your new clients and your new team members. And you must stay consistent with them, because again, it's like I said, you know, if you think, oh, I'm not getting any interaction on them, or I'm not getting many views, so I'm just going to stop doing them, and then you do one a week, you're not going to build it back up. So you need to be staying consistent with them. Step out of your comfort zone. I know that lives can be scary, especially if you've never done one before. Pop a comment if you love a live, or if you've never done a live before, let me know. They are definitely absolutely amazing for building your business, and that is honestly where I get the majority of my team and my clients from as well. And you know, it's just like facing your fears. Yeah, you love a live. It's just like facing your fears. So you know, if you say, oh, I can't do that, I'm scared, you're never going to do it. But if you face your fear and you just push on forward with it, then you will start seeing the results, and you will overcome your fears as well. So number 5, share an amazing results picture to advertise the products. Number 6, add new people every single day. Again, that's one thing that I find people can sometimes slip with. I notice a dip in my new sales or new clients and new team members if I'm not adding new people. You have to do it every single day. It's the new eyes on your page. When I first started, everyone thinks I'm a bit crazy when I say this, but when I first started, I used to add 250 people every single day on Facebook. It was before a lot of the restrictions were in, but I could just add. But again, that's when you're going to see good results in your business. Number 7, I've actually written message. Again, the fortune is in the follow-up. In my experience, this is the thing that a lot of people don't do. Pop me a message. How are you on messaging? Pop a comment in. How do you go about your messaging? Are you really good with it, or are you not so good with it? This is where you're going to get your clients from and your team from. You know, if you just sit back and wait for people to come to you, yes, occasionally it does happen. You might get someone who just messages you and goes, oh, you know, I want the platinum package or the total body transformation plan. It does happen, of course, but it can be quite rare. You have to be the one. I've lost count of the amount of times I message people following my likes, and they message back and go, oh, I've been meaning to message you. Could you send me some more info? So the basic message I send when I'm following my likes every single night, when I first started this business and up until now, I get a pen and paper. I go through my page from the day before, and I just write a list of anyone who's liked or commented on anything on my page, anything at all, not just Juice Plus posts, because as I said, you get the most on your personal post. And I pop them a message and I just say, hi, lovely, just wanted to thank you for all your support on my page. I really appreciate it. And I know that sounds so boring because you get so many other fancy messages or direct messages. And I do a mix of both. So I do some recruiting messaging as well. But I get the best response from that message just saying thank you. And what you're going to find, they're going to then go onto your page. They're going to interact more. It's a great way to build relationships. People love it when you say thank you. And they're then going to start coming to your page more and more. And they're probably going to ask you about the products or the business as well. So again, it's about playing the long game. I think sometimes we want to go in and go, join my team, buy some products. But just say thank you and build those relationships. Number 8 is to get on all the calls wherever possible. You know, again, been doing this for such a long time, but you notice, you know, even myself, if you have a week without getting on any training calls, your mood dips, your motivation, your inspiration, everything goes downhill. You have to be getting on those training calls. It doesn't matter which ones you go for. Pick your favorite ones throughout the week. You know, I have the ones that are sort of, again, my non-negotiables, and make sure you're getting on them, like, as you know, as an essential. And then number 9, which is the last one, I think, is to get to the events. You know, it's the backbone of our business. I don't care what anyone says. You know, the amount of people that have joined my team because they've seen us having fun, partying, going to the conventions, and they're just like, what the hell are you doing? It looks so fun. So many people really hate their job, sorry to say it, when we're like, yes, I'm going away with work. And miss number 6 was adding new people, Eva. You know, the events are an absolute no-brainer. You have to do whatever it takes to get there. We've got Maidenhead next weekend, and then we've got Leeds coming up in October. Like, that convention is just going to change your life. Who's been to a convention? Who's never been? Let me know. Who's going to be to their first convention this year? I'm so excited. Sorry, I'll get a bit carried away with that. I cannot wait for Leeds. You guys are going to be blown away. If you take one thing away from me and one thing away from this call, on Tuesday, when that ticket gets launched, get your ticket. If you can get 2 and get one for you and one for your team member, do it and bring someone along with you. That convention is going to be the thing that changes your business and changes your life. You know, you can know so much about the business, you can know so much about the product. When you get there and you're in that environment with those amazing people, your business is going to absolutely skyrocket. When I come back from a convention, I'm like a recruiting machine because I'm high. We always say, I wish you could bottle the feeling from a convention and just take a little bit out every day. That's how amazing they are. So that's the stripped back DMO with all the essentials. I hope you found it helpful, and just do what you can, even if it's doing less. You know, that's just an example, but find something that works well for you. And you might not be seeing results right now, but they will come in the next few months if you just stay consistent and you stay relentless and you're the one that's showing up every single day. And also be honest with yourself. There's no point in saying, yeah, I do all of this, I do all that, I do it every day, I'm getting everything done. Like, it's only you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror. You know, I can look in the mirror and say this past week for the school holidays has definitely not been my best performance, but I've got 2 kids and I'm trying my absolute best at the moment. So be honest with yourself. Are you doing what you can? Are you giving it your all? And if not, why not? Go over your goals, go over your why. Are you hungry for success, and how bad do you want it? Because no one can make you want this business. No one, you know, your upline, your sideline, they can motivate, they can, you know, give you tips, they can say try this, they can invite you to calls, they can invite you to events, but ultimately you have to be the one showing up and you have to motivate yourself. I've never had an upline in the business, and I think that just made me a little bit more hungry for success, because you have to be the person who's going out there and looking for the calls and looking for the training and going for it. So if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And just to finish up, you know, we've got some really, really exciting stuff coming up. We have got Maidenhead, we've got Leeds, we've got events, we've got the double up bonus offer this month. Who's going for a double up bonus? Good luck, and let me know in the comments. And as I said, we're building for January, we're building for the new year. So don't give up, don't slow down, don't quit. Your time is coming, I promise you. Just keep going, do as much as you can where you can, and you will fail your way to success. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. I hope that was okay. I was going to give myself applause. I hope that was okay. I just tend to, once I start, I don't stop. I don't have a guest speaker coming on, unfortunately, but I hope you took some great tips away from that. And I am now going to be introducing our next speaker. So, breathe. Carried away. My face has got all red. Up next, we have got Geoff Montague-Smith, who is an international marketing director. He is a registered osteopath. He is the founder of the Atman Clinic in Tunbridge Wells in Kent, and he also sees patients from his London practice in the city. He practices integrated osteopathic, complementary medical methods, that's a mouthful, and naturopathic principles. He teaches internationally and is often invited to speak at international conferences. And he also has a special interest in bioenergetic medicine and the body and mind spirit connection. Geoffrey recommends Juice Plus to all of his patients as one of the foundational pillars of health. And Geoffrey is going to be talking to us about finding and taking someone to a national marketing director.
Wow, that's quite the introduction, isn't it, Sarah? Thanks so much for that.
I'm trying to pronounce it,
by the way. Yeah, I kind of get dizzy just hearing about, you know, integrated osteopathic medicine. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? So, yeah, listen, lovely to be invited onto the call once again. So thank you for the invitation. I just want to share a few ideas with you guys about what it is in terms of a longer term business plan, and what it is from a reality check perspective, what it takes to develop leaders. Because we know that in this business, if we can find partners to work with, and if we can teach them well, and if we can master the skills of really teaching people correctly about how our business works, the products and the business model, we can develop leadership. And that leadership, as we work together in unison, will create a business for us that will reward us forever. You know, we have a company that will last forever. It's a leading company in its field, and we have longevity built into the process. We all know that. but none of that works if we don't team up with the right people. So I just want to talk a little bit today about what it takes to make that work. So I'm just going to share my screen. So let's just go from the current slide. I won't bore you with my whole sort of personal story, because it can just take a bit too much time up, but I'm going to just move this across to here. Okay, first of all, can you see that slide? Is that working? Thumbs up if you can see it. Yeah, good. All right, so we're working with the Juice Plus company. You've heard about the products already. We're going to go a little bit more into the business plan right now. And just to put a little bit of context into this, I've been with the company nearly 10 years. I said yes to the company for the second time on Friday, the 23rd of September, 2011. And that was because we needed Juice Plus. The European regulations had changed on herbal medicine, and I was looking for a product that would nourish and cleanse my patients before we do the deeper work. And I went back to looking at what Juice Plus were up to. I saw their online method. I was so impressed with the way things had changed. I had been involved with the company when I was in my mid-20s. That's part of my longer story. But I was basically a boomerang. I came back round and looked at what the company had to offer. And I saw the amazing research that backs up the product, which you've heard about. And as a clinician, I can confidently recommend the product to patients. We take it ourselves, the whole family takes it. And of course, we get excellent results with the product. So, you know, we've got new products coming through. Recently, we had the offering of the Omegas. We've got the Tower Gardens coming. So whichever way you slice and dice this opportunity, whichever way you look at what we're doing as a company and as a movement of people working together, we're encouraging plant-based nutrition. We're encouraging health and wellness through lifestyle changes that really do bring benefits. Particularly right now, everyone's focused on what do we do to stay well. There's a whole conversation happening around that, which we understand. And it's absolutely critical that we reduce oxidative stress in the human body, and it's plant-based nutrients that really do that magic. If you think about Juice Plus as condensed light, if you think about the fact that the plant concentrates, you know, the plants are subject to sunlight, they fully ripen, all the light frequencies are in the plants, and then we take the plants at fully ripe, we harvest them, and then we juice them, we remove the cellulose cardboard. And what we're left with after we've dried it carefully, water and sugar removed, is concentrated powder, whole food powders, which are basically concentrated light. And we are beings of light. As you heard earlier, I'm very interested in bioenergetic medicine. We are beings of frequency, and those light frequencies bring the information into the body to really empower us at every level to be healthy. Okay, so that's basically how I explain it to people. Now, if you're going to start somebody off in the business, and if you're going to begin your franchise as a partner with the Juice Plus company, what you need to understand is that, you know, without teamwork, it's going to be a grind for you. Okay, so we need to understand what we have to do to identify and then to coach and train people to work with us as we develop leadership. So duplication is the key. You've heard that already. Your capital investment is literally £50, which is less than a night out, and the time that you're going to invest to develop yourself in this business. So you really have nothing to lose. The working capital that you bring, however, is your network of contacts. Now, I don't really use social media to build my business. I went to NMD in 2 years making phone calls and talking to people face to face. Don't think that, I mean, you know, for older people who come into this business, I'm 55 now, you know, I still build my business what I call old school. You know, most of what I do is I bring new people in, is I work with people who I know, and I don't use social media to any great extent. So we don't have to just concentrate on a cold market recruitment strategy. We really want to work on the contacts that we have, the ones that we know and love and trust and engage with, and let's show them what we've got, because the trust is there. And when there's trust and love and connection, you can really build a strong business. So when you plan your business, you're going to look to create a list of people that you know. We use something called the memory jogger. If you miss this important step in planning your business, you're missing the gold. You really need to make sure that you write your list down and you qualify your list, and you work with your business mentor to understand how best to approach these people in a professional and elegant way as we explain our business and our products to people. So qualifying your list of contacts, very important stage in the business, and the qualities that you're going to look for, because we really want to work with the best people if we're going to build a business of leaders where we don't have to spoon feed people the whole time. We want to look for several sort of qualities. So previous signs of business success are a really good idea. People who are afraid to make money, and people who are afraid to put the hammer down and work hard, and people who won't really turn off the telly because they want to watch their Netflix. Those sort of people generally don't have business success, because they're not prepared to pay the price initially. You want to work with people where they've paid that price and there are previous signs of business success. These are the best people to talk to, because they will very often immediately see your opportunity. You won't need to drag them to the process, because they'll already understand how to look at something. They'll be an open-minded skeptic, hopefully. They'll understand how to analyze a business, and they'll do their due diligence, and they will not need to be convinced of anything. They'll see it, okay? So those are the best people to talk to. And you want to find people who are likable, friendly, people, the ones that you invite to the party to get the party started. Those people generally do very, very well in our business, because it's a very social business. And these people, when they do succeed, they get invited up onto stage. They've got everyone in stitches, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people at the bigger conventions, hilarity everywhere, fun. And if you've been the coach to a person that has that success, then guess what? You're participating in their success. So look for people who are people, and the ones that, literally get the party started. All right. Now, hardworking, we will not succeed without a degree of hard work, and truth and integrity, authenticity. These are qualities that you look for. You want to do business with people where they're reliable and they're trustworthy. And if you ask them to do something, they're going to do it because they have a work ethic. People who put others first always win in this business. You're a servant before you're a king. Okay, we go out to be servant leaders. If you help people to find their way and navigate their way through this process, if you teach them the basic skills of understanding the product, how to speak about the product, and how to put the business together in the early stages, and you get that duplication, if you go out of your way to help others get what they want and to get them the success, you will find that you will succeed. So always look for people who are selfless, and they're not out to win themselves. They want to help others get to their goals. And you have to work with people who don't quit. We're going to have to push the quitters, guys, just heads up. If you've got previous evidence of people not giving up on things, if they're like gritty and they just stick to it and they keep going, then show them this business. Those are just a few clues for you as you start to qualify your list. And then we put them through the process of, once the memory jog has been discussed, the flow, if you like, is to get the strategy meeting sorted out. Let's find out how many hours they can devote. Let's look at what their goals are. Let's get their virtual office and their website set up. Let's train them to share their sales links and get their replicated website out there, to people who want to learn about the product. And then we have to really spend a little bit of time cultivating their story, because without a story in this business, you're going nowhere. How were you before Juice Plus? How are you now you're on the product? And what do you see for the future? Where were you at money-wise, business-wise, lifestyle-wise before the business turned up for you? How are you now? What are you seeing for the future? This is the story that we need to share with people. And then we start the invitation process. We're going to show people what we're doing, and we're going to invite others to take a look. So it's a very, very simple cycle. We just heard about the fact that events are happening again. We're really thrilled about that. We've got the sign-up process, then we're one-to-one with our local people, and then we're bringing them to local events, and then regional trainings, and then national or international conferences. This is a very important flow system that we take people through. And by the time people have been to regional trainings and international conferences, national conferences, they're not quitting. They've seen the bigger picture typically. So if you get a commitment for people to come to those events, they will stay with you. And it's literally rinse and repeat. We just do the same thing over and over again with every new person. It's a simple cycle repeated many, many times to bring you your success. So we marry the process and we divorce the results. We're not results driven, we're process driven. Key point right there. So NMDs, if you're going to bring NMDs into this business and develop them, trust me, they never ever miss an event. They're always lining up with their team at the events. So how are we going to pitch the business idea? We're going to find a duplicatable exposure tool. We want to share the story easily with people, and then we're going to fill our funnel. We're going to make sure that we've got enough people looking at the invitation, okay, and we're going to find a few will say yes, and some will say no. Now this funnel, down to the point where we have people to work with, we're going to find a few out of that initial exposure process that become community members, partners, and partner plus level distributors. And then some will develop into team leaders. As this process refines itself, and as we go through the process of training people, we're going to develop leaders as we get to the point where ultimately we've got elite leaders working with us. And that really is ultimate freedom. If you can get to a point where you've taught somebody how to understand this business to that level, you will be rewarded for that forever. So just understand that 80% of the people that you're going to work with are just going to want to be very low level partners. They're going to use the product and might share it with a few friends. 15% are going to become team leaders. These are just the stats that are real, and we need to understand and embrace these figures. And at the elite level, we're probably dealing with 1% of the people that register. Now that's because a lot of people say yes to things in life and then they quit on themselves. So you need to decide, if you're new into this business, whether you're going to give this the attention that it deserves and understand the longevity, and whether you're a quitter. Because the only way to fail in this business is to quit, literally. So the game that we play, and if we accept and embrace these numbers, 80% of the people you show the business to will say no. Of those, the 20% who say yes, 80% will do little or nothing. And of the 20% who do a little, 80% will do the bare minimum. And of those who do something, only 20% will be proper business builders. And that's just the truth of it, guys. And that's life. That's life. Because most people, if you want to get to the elite level in this business, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Now, that's not to say everybody should get to the top level in the business, because we have a lot of sales coordinators in our business doing really, really well. They're happy at that level. They're making £600 to £800 a month, and it's paying for the car and the contributions to the mortgage and everything else, and that's enough for them. Okay, but if you're going to build this business to the top level, you've got to understand that these numbers are alive and well and working. All right, so we've got to understand, if we speak to 500 people, this is how it's going to get crunched down. So when we explain to people how the business works, we're going to use a three-way call. We're going to have an experienced teacher or leader on the call with us. As a new partner, we're going to invite our potential partner onto a call, and we're going to ask them if the idea resonates. We're going to explain, with the help of our coach, what the products are doing and how the business works. And we're going to say, look, we invite you in to take a look. Let's see if it resonates. And all the while the teacher is explaining this to the potential partner, the new partner who's young into the business is learning skills. So this is how we do the teaching. This is how we duplicate things. Do not miss the three-way call process, because if you want to learn from an experienced leader in the business, you have to be on these three-way calls with them as you introduce them. You introduce your potential partner to somebody who's done this for 5 years plus. You're going to learn a lot, so don't miss out on that process. So really, we're just talking about getting involved, becoming a partner, using the products, and then you'll typically find a jump to the Partner Plus promotion quite easy to achieve. And then from there, it's just about duplication. Because our marketing plan is all about taking Partner Plus level distributors and growing them to the point where we build a strong, sustainable business for the long term. The Partner Plus position is our building block. That's how we build our house. We literally just take individuals who want to say yes to the products and the opportunity and show them how to hit that first level of promotion. Very easy to do. It's just 4 or 5 orders. And at that point, we're promoting people with their bonus. So very few people want to be salespeople. Most people want to be entrepreneurial and they want to be business people. Okay, so if we go out looking for salespeople who can hit the numbers and they can get to that sort of promotion of senior partner, they can do the orders by themselves. I had someone join my business recently. She did 9,000 points in her first 40 days in the business. Okay, so she went way beyond sales coordinator volume. The structure wasn't there, but you will find people that can just recommend this product and everybody says yes. It's a rarity. Most people, 90% of people, don't want to be salespeople, but they really want to be entrepreneurs and they want their freedom. And in that context, we can build teams. We can say, look, you know, we're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for people to educate others about what we're doing. And together, let's do this volume as a group. And that's how you find, you know, if you've got a few people with you and their volume is counting into your group volume, you're getting to those promotions because you have a team of like-minded entrepreneurial people. We're looking for teachers really, rather than salespeople. So when you go out into the real world and you want to be an NMD, if you want to be an NMD, you are going to have to get 500 no's one way or the other. And a no is not really a no, it's a not now. How many people you know, that have been in the business a long time find that people they spoke to 4 or 5 or 6 years ago are suddenly coming back to them and saying, you know what, show me that thing again, I'm interested. So it's never no, it's always not now, or, you know, the timing isn't right just now. So don't take it too personally when people say no. You've got to have a goal, we need a target. So if you're blindfolded and you've got no idea what your target is, you're going to miss the target every step of the way. So, you know what your goal is, be blinkered about it, you know, get your focus on, don't be distracted by what's left and what's right. This is why we put blinkers on racehorses. You can see the one at the front here is blinkered up. Focus, go in a straight line, understand where you're going. Recently for me, I had an eye on a new car and all I could see around me were Audi SQ5s, funnily enough, you know, so yeah, that's the car we've got. But, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? If you're a mum and you're going to have a baby and you want a bugaboo, all you see around you is bugaboo prams. As soon as your focus is there, it's what comes into consciousness and it helps those goals to come into reality. So be really clear about your goals and define them very, very carefully. It's a crucial step in the business. Written down goals are absolutely important. If you don't know what you're shooting at, you just won't get there, frankly. So commitment is the thing that gets us through. If we know what our goal is and we commit to that goal, but it's always about doing the thing you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has left you. So when you're, you know, yes, I want to do this thing and I'm going to do it. And then, you know, someone says, oh, do you fancy coming to the pub tonight? And you go, yeah, all right then. Well, you're not committed at that point, you know, because the mood left you. So if you do the thing that you said you would do when the mood has already left you, then you will succeed. So just to finish, the attributes that define an NMD, they've got clearly defined goals, an unstoppable burning desire to succeed. They use the products. They're an example of good health. They're a great role model. There's a catch me if you can attitude. You know, the lead dog gets the best view. And that attitude of leadership is, you know, it's in people. We can develop it in people, but typically you'll see it there from the beginning. They always remain positive, even when the going gets tough. They have a zero negativity principle. Let's look at the negatives as opportunities to grow. Let's look at the things that go wrong as learning experiences, because, you know, it hardens you, it tempers you. It's like building a samurai sword. You have to be beaten like 2,000 times for the blade to be razor sharp. They have an unshakable belief in the company, the product, the business system, and in themselves. I am bulletproof as it relates to this company and product. And all of the NMDs that you'll meet are in a similar position. There's no way they're changing their mind about what we offer. And everything has to be kept simple and duplicatable. If you overcomplicate your system, an 8-year-old has to be able to do this business, and then it will duplicate. And then you'll find you'll develop very, very good businesses. They've got an impeccable work ethic and they're good time managers. They'll manage their time effectively. I run my Juice Plus business as a fourth business alongside a busy clinic and numerous other things that we do. You can do this business to the top level part-time if you're clever about how you do it. We never, ever, ever quit, even in times of adversity, failure. You know, listen, you'll see me at the top of the mountain waving my flag, or you'll see me dead in the valley, exhausted, having tried. There's no middle ground, okay, if you want to be an NMD. And you understand the importance of regular events. You show up, you're an example of regular attendance at those events, and you always put your team members before yourself. And fearlessness has to be in your DNA. If you're afraid of what other people think and what other people will say and what other people's opinions of you, then quit now, because you've got to be fearless, and other people's opinions are irrelevant to your future direction and success. So just to close, if we're going to build a duplicatable business online, we need to be in love with the product. We need to have a good story around that. We need to join the business and love it and share it and teach it. We need to teach, you know, because by the time you've got Dan in your business, if you've taught Bob and Jill, you won't even know who Dan is. And Dan can be a huge success, part of your team, and you wouldn't even have known who he was. So just stick to these very simple strategies. We want to have fun. We want to meet awesome people. We want to develop friendships. We turn sometimes strangers into friends, and then those friends become family through this business, literally. The professional relationships that we enhance and then develop. And as we grow into this, you know, like-minded group of people, and conferences, it's evidence of that. When you meet at conferences, we just have the best time, because it literally is so much fun. You know, these are just a few photos from stuff we've done in the past. This is the team. We have an awesome time. Really, really great fun. So that's me. I'm hopeful that that was helpful. Guys, if you're new, have a long-term game plan. I think you're going to hear from some people shortly. Vim, I think, is speaking. Hugely admire that man. So listen carefully. And I think I've got Chloe very quickly, who can just say a few words if she's on the call. I don't know. She's planning for a wedding, putting her makeup on, doing her hair. Chloe, are you there?
You've made me a bit late, Geoff. They're coming in 15 minutes and I'm not
really
ready.
Sorry.
I'm not
Just
ready.
2 minutes.
Oh, you know, hi. I work with Geoff. I've been, I was actually a patient of Geoff's at the clinic and presented to him having a threatened miscarriage, actually. But I had this 20 years of awful acne, and Geoff was the one that put me on Juice Plus. So as a clinician, recommending it to his patients. And thank goodness I did. I'll share some pictures. I mean, the pictures kind of speak enough words, really. But if it wasn't for Geoff, I'd still look like this. So my skin looked like this for 20 years, from when I was 12 to 32. And nothing I did would get rid of it. Doctors just put me on all these different pills. I was spending thousands every year at different clinics and things. And then when you introduce fruit and veg to your body and switch off inflammation, which they don't teach you in school, and they don't teach you when you know, go and see these doctors, it was just, you know, light bulb moment for me. So I put my whole family on it, and it has been a total game changer for us over the last 8 years. And then I just sent everyone to Geoff. So he propositioned me with the business, and I had 2 little boys. And at the time I said no. I said no for 2.5 years, and I'm now a QNMD. So don't ever take no as a no, just be pleasantly persistent. We always say, unless they die or tell you to never contact them ever again, just keep asking. And I said yes, and thank goodness I did. It's been 6 years, and I'm now in a position where I'm taking 5 holidays this summer with my kids. I get to spend my whole 7 weeks with them. I haven't had to go and get that job, that 9 to 5, and that horrible rush of putting my kids into breakfast clubs and picking them up from school. This business has actually paid me a bigger income than any job I've ever had before. And as Geoff was saying about looking for the right people, you know, I'm a grafter. I got my first job when I was 15. I've always been employed. Always wanted to have my own money. I didn't want to be in the pocket of my husband. And he works in film, which is a really cutthroat industry. And every year they threaten redundancy. So I was very conscious that a job is not secure. And every year, normally on Christmas Eve, we find out that his job's safe. And it's just a tough industry. And I just think, actually, yeah, I need to be able to contribute. And over summer, they got furloughed because he does big movies. So of course you can't have 500 people on a set. And so I was actually paying the mortgage as a stay-at-home mum and covering the bills and all the holidays that we're having this summer, albeit in the UK in a giant tent. But they are all paid for by me, and it's very empowering to have that. And I get to say yes. You know, I get to say yes to seeing my children at all their school performances. I get to say yes to their sports day. I get to say yes to having those holidays. I'm not on the 20-day holiday a year thing. And it's just such a privileged position to be in as a stay-at-home mum. To have that choice, whether I work or not. And I would always say to people, like, in all the moments when you want to quit, and trust me, on the journey to NMD, you want to quit so many times, and you need to have an upline who can really help instill that belief or that, you know, that vision for you. But you've got to ultimately have your strong why, and your why will always be the thing, your pain point, or the thing that inspired you first of all. And for me, it was, I'd been at home for 4 years with my kids, and it was like, there's got to be more. I wanted something for me. That was my pain. It was like I'd lost my own identity. And now to have this amazing team of people, you know, this worldwide business, but to be helping people the way that Geoff helped me, and to pay that forward to so many people, that's ultimately like a really good feel factor. And in helping, the more people you help, the more you get paid. And the more you get paid, the more that helps your life. So I would always say, just keep going, keep persisting, keep bettering yourself as well, and never lose that why. That first vision you ever had, because other people's vision, they don't see it. They don't see what you see. So I'd always encourage you to do that, because these products change lives massively. I see it all the time in my business. We're a capsule-based business, and I get life-changing results in clients literally weekly coming through. And the business genuinely changes lives as well. And the people that you meet has a massive impact too. So yeah, just stay consistent, stay at it, and yeah. Never lose your belief. Great product, great company, great business.
Chloe, thank you so much. I just absolutely love your story. As a mum, I can completely relate to where you are in the holidays and not having to, you know, ask anybody for any time off, and just having the freedom to be there with your family. It's priceless, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. And thanks to Geoff
And
as well, hey?
And Geoff, thank you so much. I mean, I just absolutely love every time you come on our calls. I just absolutely love your presentations. So professional, just always so amazing. And I'd love it if everybody could just put their top takeaways from Geoff, and also from Sara, because we didn't get to thank Sara as well. Wasn't she absolutely incredible? I just love her energy so much. So thanks to you all so far. And our next guest is Lilac Averbuk, all the way from Israel. And Lilac is an EMD with Juice Plus, and she's going to be talking about coaching your team to success. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Lilac. So she joined the Juice Plus business 6.5 years ago. And during the first 5 years, Lilac worked as an orthopedic technician and as a Pilates instructor, and whilst combining working offline at Juice Plus. During the last year, online partners started joining her, and Lilac is showing how the combination of both online and offline is the right formula to succeed in the business, and that everything is possible. So Lilac, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
For having me here. Yes. Is it no? Sorry. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yeah, very good.
Yes, we can.
I'll just thank you for having me here. I'm Lilac from Israel. I'm 50 years old. And yes, I did a business offline till NMD rank. The change in the business in Israel, or my turning point, was a year ago when 2020 happened, this COVID-19. And I had to change my the way I work with the business. If until then I did one-on-one meetings, I was literally driving, like the old-fashioned way. I was driving from door to door and meeting people for in their houses or in a coffee shop, and that's how I climbed the ladder until NMD, while doing the clinic and rehab with Pilates. When COVID-19 happened in Israel, suddenly, in one day, I lost my rehab business because I dealt with 60+ years old guys, and the government told them you have to stay at home. So I stopped doing the rehab business. And regarding the clinic, it depends whether you were able to drive from city to city or not. So I basically lost what was stable in my life for years, and I had to adjust. So what I did, I learned how to use the Zoom Cloud application. And I started doing the meetings via Zoom call. And suddenly I found out that the world is in my palm of my hand, and I can recruit people from the States and from Mexico. This was really a huge turning point. And within 7 to 8 months, I jumped from being top 10 in Israel to top 5. Now, within this year, different people joined me, people or partners that are doing online. Now, myself, I'm not an online business. So how do you deal with online people that wants to join you and have them succeed in this business? So I always put the truth in front of me, in front of my people. And I told them, listen, the only way you can use me is sending me a link, telling me what to do, what to say in your post, or doing a like. That's all I can help you in the online business. And that's what I did. And that's how they operate me. Now, what really made me succeed in this business is my mindset. And that's what I want to give you as my tips to succeed. It doesn't matter if you're online or offline, what you're bringing to your people, your authenticity, that's what will make you go up the ladder. So now, this is me. My people know there is no presentation. Everything is written on paper. I'm the paper lady. So I'll start from the beginning. Mindset. When I recruit people, I tell them, this is $1 million business. In Israel, we pay 392 shekels. It's like half of the price in Europe. You pay 52 euro or sterlings. It's nothing. And nowadays it's for free, I believe, until August in some parts of the world, like in the States, in Canada, in Mexico, it's for free. Basically, you join the business almost for free. But if you don't have the mindset, like you paid 52,000 euro, you won't act like one that is a real owner. So I put it in front of them from day one. While I know that about 80% of the people I recruit are basically the VIP club. They are here to save some money. And to be frank, I was there when I joined. I joined as a customer, and after a month, I joined the VIP club, and I told everyone I'm not going to do this business. I just want to save 10%, that's it. So mindset and putting it in front of the people you recruit is crucial. Otherwise, they will think, hey, I joined a business, I'm a business owner, but I do nothing. So you're not really a business owner. You don't have a mindset of a business owner. Second, I build this business on trust. This is the main thing that is very important for me. It takes long to build trust. Everyone has his own baggage, his own beliefs. But this is the number one thing that I'm emphasizing. I put trust in front of everything. And because in 1 second, you can lose trust. So trust, caring, giving, transparency. I treat my people with respect. I treat everyone the way I want to be treated. I built this business with 10 fingers for the first 3 years. I wasn't even aware that I'm in MLM business. It took a few months until I understood where I am. So it's very important for me to have the infrastructures so everyone have the knowledge that I didn't have in the beginning, so they can make the right choices. Third, I'm very accessible. I know in MLM, we are being taught you deal with the only 5 downlines, the guys that you are basically getting paid for their activity. Everyone knows my phone number, and I know everyone's phone number. I know my people by names. And when I started until COVID-19, I had only 100 people. So it's easy to know them. Now I have more than 600. But still, I insist the one who wants to work with me, get to know me have to come to the weekly meetings. It's crucial. And I can see the one who climbs the ladder are the one I know personally, and they know me. Now, everyone has access to me, meaning you can be downline 20 or 50, I don't care. You have access, but in order to get to me, you have, if you don't know something and you need any help, go to your upline. If your upline doesn't know the answer or is not available for any reason, both of them or the first one is climbing to the next upline. And then I teach them to climb until they reach me. So I know when they reach me, they really don't have the answers and they need me. And the way I teach it, it's like, imagine you're in grade 1. So you need to learn the letters. You need to know how to add letters to words and add words to sentences. Now, I'm the one who did the doctorate. I know everything. But if everyone come to me to teach them what grade 1 should teach, I won't be able to put my time and efforts in the infrastructure that I'm building. So that's why I'm joking about grade 1 and the doctorate. That's how I teach them. Do it by order. You need to duplicate yourself. And how do I get into this conclusion? There were times that I helped everyone and I just collapsed and I became sick again and again and again. You have only 24 hours a day, so you cannot do everything instead of everyone. So I teach everyone to be for their people, not to do for them, to do with them. And that's how we grow together as a community, as a team. Okay, next. I always put people in front of the ranks, meaning there were times that I was about to reach my rank, but since I know my people, I know what's happening in their life. Knowledge is power, and you have to be really sensitive. So there were times during those years that I could put some more pressure on my people and get their ranks and then get my rank. And I didn't do that. I stopped everything and I told my partner, just go home, take care of yourself, and come back when you can. And when I did it, it was a stop for a week or two. The person came back to me with more energy, and a month or two after, he or she got the ranks and I got mine. So again, you have to be really, really sensitive and not selfish to put your people in front of you, and then you get more trust. They believe in you more because you treat them as friends. It's basically more of a family-oriented business. This is the atmosphere I'm building here. And again, not everyone can relate. I'm just telling you the way I work. And that's how I climbed. Another thing that I do, I never fight with my downlines, not on a new partner and not on a new customer. I believe in abundance. I believe in karma. So if I approach someone and I'm about to register this guy or lady, and then I found out that my team member already approached this person, or they are related somehow in the same neighborhood, they have the same hobbies, they work in the same place, doesn't matter. They relate, they know each other, they have same friends, the same environment. I just connect them. I don't care about it. Just take this person. It's not something that I do on a daily basis, but let's say every 2 or 3 months, it happens to be. So I just release and everyone are happy. Anyway, they're under my umbrella, so who cares? And even if I don't get profits of it because they are downline that is very down there, it's not down 5, it's downline 10. What happened when you give, you always get. And what I found out that those I gave them, they became leaders. And even other uplines between me and them didn't work. Suddenly they found out that down there is activity. So they wanted to take part of it. So it woke me up many leaders during those years. Okay, so I don't care what downline you are, I just help, because everyone are under my community, under my umbrella, so everyone get my attention and my best. That's regarding that. Now, technically, I make sure every week I have at least 2 or 3 professional presentations. Now, since I just admitted I have, or I didn't, it was the last time I spoke, I feel proud, and this is only my 2nd time I speak in this way. So I never had a professional presentation that I led. It's funny, I'm an EMD. I think I made history in just this worldwide. I never did a professional presentations, but I have professional people in my team. So I just give them a spot every week, and for the good of my own team. And I have those presentation. Now, there are 3 reasons to have those presentations. One, the new partners, they get to hear the knowledge, okay? All the new ones. I just encourage them, come and hear at least the one presentation. Then you have the potential customers. This is one way to do the business. You just joined, you know nothing. All you have to do is to send a link and you get the knowledge. And then you have so we have potential customers, team members, and the current customers. I also encourage current customers to hear the knowledge again, because what I found out that the current customer that hear the information at least 3 times, it just stays with you for a lifetime. It just understands the material. He understands how important it is. Now, I'm capsules motivated. I didn't put it in first. This is the main product that I encourage to sell. In Israel, we have only 2 products. I envy you. In Europe, you have so many products. I wish we have more. And we have the complete. So it's mainly capsules and a little bit the complete. So that's why I also encourage whoever hears me to have those presentations. If you don't have them currently going on, at least 2 presentations a week. It really helps. What else? I have another minute or 2. One more thing that I can give you as an advice. I teach my team never judge. Myself, when I joined after a month as a partner. The lady who sold me those products didn't want me as a partner. She wants me to stay as a customer. It wasn't at that time, about 6.5 years ago. I went through medical treatments. My energy was low, and I was judged. Now I just forced her after 3 times. She told me no to register me because I didn't also understand it's an MLM. I just wanted those 10% savings. So what I teach my business, and now I'm about 6-7 times more bigger than her. Now, what I teach my partner is never judge, not by the age, not by appearance, not by education, doesn't matter the parameter. Someone wants to join the business, let him join the business. Anyway, very, very quickly we'll know whether it's a serious person or not. Because many times I thought, oh, this guy, I'm sure this is going to be my next PMD. And I found out that not. I have professors in my business as a team member. I have doctors. It's not about degrees. It's about the mindset. So it can be the next door neighborette, the quiet one, that becoming your next PMD. So never, ever, ever judge by appearance. And to summarize, I would like to say one sentence that yesterday one of my team members that is now currently on the screen, her name is Hagit Segal, she summarized the way we work here in one sentence: all for one and one for all. That's basically the atmosphere in my business. So thank you, Hagit, for this sentence. And if you let her talk, Hagit would like to share a bit. Hagit, are you with us? I just saw her on the screen.
Yes,
Here she is.
yes.
Hi.
Such an honor. Thank you so much, Lilac. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Hagit Sega. I'm a QSSC. I'm 40 years old, a mom of 3. I'm a holistic therapist and also a singer and narrator. And I'm about 2 years in the business. And since I joined Lilac's team, actually my upline that recruited me weren't active in the business. So she addressed me directly to Lilac, who made me feel very comfortable, if I may add, to reach out on every time I needed, and sometimes even on personal matters. And I started attending the weekly meetings, which helped me a lot with my personal development, and also enriched my knowledge and confidence on the products and on the marketing methods. And within a short period of time, I started thriving with my sales, both offline and online. It was really amazing. Actually, my story is, just for the record, within a year as a customer, after taking the Juice Plus capsules and shakes, as Lilac said, that we have only those 2 products here. If it's okay to, I'm not sharing screen, only my cell phone, if you can see. This is how I used to look only 3.5 years ago. I was almost 90 kilos, and I'm not very high. And I had some mental issues and other inflammations in my body. And soon enough, I started feeling so good and energetic, and also had positive influence on my kids at home. And since COVID-19 took place, my business turned mainly online, and Lilac offered me an opportunity to start taking part of the weekly presentations and testimonials online. And actually, I'm filled with gratitude towards the strong community and positive spirit in our team, which gives me a great value in my life. And I can honestly say that I cannot imagine my life without it. So really, thank you so much. And thanks for the platform to tell my little story. And thank you, Lilac, so much. I love you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lilac, and absolutely amazing, and guest speaker as well. I just love your whole team vibe and the atmosphere and the oh, sorry, I don't know if someone's unmuted. Yeah, just talking about the karma and what you give back. What you give is what you receive, and that you're an incredible support for your whole team, regardless of where they are in your organisation. So thank you so much. And we are now going to move on to our last speaker of the day, which is Wim Palange. I think it's Vim, I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly, so excuse me, who is a Presidential Marketing Director Plus and has been with Juice Plus for 32 years, which is amazing. Started in 1989, and the business has turned over 1.8 billion euros, and they have 14 frontline NMD or PMDs in 14 different countries, which is absolutely insane. So welcome.
Thank you to the host. I hope you hear me.
Yes, perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. I stopped the car. I'm in the countryside outside Berlin, and I'm not sure if I have a connection if I carry on. So I stopped the car to talk to you. I just had the chance to listen to Geoff, to you as our host, and also to Lilac. Lilac, no wonder you're one of the top 5 leaders in Israel. I enjoyed this to the utmost. I hope you did, and always so great to hear to listen to Geoff and to all of you in the UK, because this is where I learned all my business. This is where I started back in 1989. James Sanderson welcomed me in his team, even though he was not my upline, but it was a small group of 18 people, and I was the outsider, and they welcomed me like a family. So I learned from a very early stage onwards that this is a family business, that you don't care who's your upline, but that you integrate everyone in your team and help them to achieve, because one day you're gonna have some new distributor in a foreign country where you have no help, and then you depend on somebody else from another team to help that person. And then this goes back and forward, because if somebody helps your partner in a foreign country, then in no time you travel to that country and you share your knowledge with them and you learn from them. So this is giving and sharing, and this is what our business is all about. And I've learned this from a very early stage onward, thanks to James and his team, that we can only succeed if you all work together. And that is a great message to all of you, I hope, and you duplicate that, because everything good duplicates double fast. Negative news also travels double fast. And I thank you for your time. I will make it short because I know we are late. I have 3 or 4 points to share with you, and not giving you number 1, 2, 3, or 4. I start with C, like Charlie, D like Delta, E like Echo, and V like Victory. Okay, so let me start with C. My wisdom, how to reach the top. Yeah, I learned in America. I started in 89, 88. I saw the business from a great teacher, and you heard this from Geoff earlier, and it shook me like crazy. The word commitment, C. Okay, if you commit yourself, then really you're committed to something where you have no more excuses. You heard from Geoff, and you please write this sentence down. Commitment means not doing what you said you're going to do long after the mood you set it in has left you. This is such a wonderful sentence, because you go through this seminar today, you go to convention, you're fully charged on Sunday evening, and now comes Monday morning. You're going to work, you work all day, you come home in the evening, and what is your commitment? Your tire might be flat, or you might be still charged. You might have called 2 or 3 people during lunchtime. You come home in the evening and you carry on. People invite you for the weekend to go sailing or to go whatever, for a barbecue. And you say no, because I'm committed to go to the seminar. I'm committed to talk to some people. And I remember when I started with my wife, Birgit, she asked me after 3-4 months, shall we go to vacation? And I said to her, no, for the next 2 years, no vacations. You can go. I will not. I've committed myself to this, and I can spend vacations for the rest of my life, but not now. When I start my business, I don't know anybody who starts a startup who goes to vacation after 3-4 months. So there was no way that I would even look at it, even think about it. And if you are charged, if you're committed, if you're determined, then you can work day and night. If you have a goal, then you don't need a vacation. I don't know any entrepreneur who gets sick because he worked too much when he has a great company behind him, when he has a goal. But in the moment where he goes to vacation, then he gets sick. Okay, because then the body suddenly says, well, it's enough now, I need a rest. But while you're building, while you're charged, while you're committed, while you're so focused, let me come to this next to this word. No, it's too early to talk about, but excitement. I was so excited when I started, when I came from the UK to Europe. Germany wasn't even opened yet. That people said whether he's crazy, or some people believed me. They said, okay, then maybe this is true. I took them with me to the UK, to American conventions, and then they were excited. Yeah. So today I'm 68. Yeah, I'm 68 years old. Look, in 2 years I'm 70. Then I've been 35 years in the business, half of my life. Yeah, and I commit myself to be with this company at the age of 90, 95. Okay, nobody can fire me. No, I cannot retire. I cannot get retired. Normally I would be retired today. Can you think about it? You're away. Can you still hear me and give me a sign that you're still in? Or did I lose my connection? Hello?
No, we can still hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. I thought you're gone. So this brings me to the next word. C, commit yourself. Okay, commit yourself to your upline. Publicly commit yourself. If you publicly speak on stage and say, I'm going to be a whatever position in 2 months, in a year's time, in 2 years' time, that's a strong commitment. Okay, you said it in front of 200, 300, 500 people or thousands of people, and now you're committed, and now you have no more excuses, no more. You didn't leave a door outside. I said to my family, no matter what you say, my family they're all entrepreneurs. They have newspapers, big companies. And when I started, they all said, I'm crazy. I'm in Scientology. I'm an illegal pyramid scheme. They sent our company lawyer to the United States even to see if this company existed. So I had everyone, they talked to every single one of my friends. And after 12 years in the US, I had not many friends left in Europe. They called down. Every one of my old friends said, don't you listen to Wim. He's doing something illegal and he's going to be in prison 6 months down the road. That's my family. After 17 years, I had 4,000 or 5,000 doctors at the time in my business. My mom called me up and said, Wim, we now take all Juice Plus. I tried this. I gave up anyway. I said, what happened? Well, he said, a doctor in our village, he recommended it to us. I looked him up. Dr. Martin Bayer said, you can keep this family for the rest of your life as your customers. I'm out of here. They will not get my products, that's for sure, not for me. And one of my best friends, he said, well, I heard from some other people, this seems to work, Juice Plus, so can you give it to me? I said, well, first you have to come to Mallorca, where I lived, on my doorstep, on your knees, ask for forgiveness, and then I might consider giving you Juice Plus. I said, are you crazy? He said, yeah, I mean it. That's my little revenge. He got then from a girlfriend of mine, but not from me. So, yeah. Think about it. Your enemies can also be, your friends can also be your best enemies in this business. My family sure was. Yeah, I know others like Roy in Israel. What a great family. He built a family business. It's Lilac and all these people. So this is my advice to you. If you're new in this business, be careful of your friends and family. They can be your greatest friends. Also, they can drive you out of the business in no time, but you know this, yeah. But so why should you have it easier than me? Today, everybody wants to join. It takes me 5-10 minutes today to convince somebody. And I know my text, I know what to say. If somebody asks me what you're doing by profession, I know what to say. I can say it in such a nice word, in such an exciting word, that they want to hear it all, and that they even say, Wim, can we meet tomorrow and today? Can we talk about it? I always say, no, I'm warning you. If you talk about it now, we're going to sit here for the next 4 or 5 hours and you can't sleep tonight. Yeah? Is it legal? Yeah, it's very legal, but not tonight. We're not party or whatever. Let's meet over the next couple of days. Or I have the right to give a license for franchises. I built a franchise network. Or I can give a franchise license. Where are you from? Chicago. Oh, I always want to build a franchise in Chicago. Do you know somebody in Chicago? You know what I mean? So tell me more. But you need to know your text. If somebody asks you, what are you doing? And you start with, yeah, you lost. You only have 3 seconds, 4 seconds to get that person excited or interested. That's all you have, not 1 more second. Okay, not even 10 seconds. So let me come to the word D. I see children here. Okay. They wonder what I'm doing. Maybe I should sponsor the parents. What do I know? Okay. D, I've written down desire, determination, and dream. Well, I had this urgent desire that also Geoff talked about earlier. I wanted this because I saw Geoff Roberti in Miami. He had been in the business already for 2 years, already became a millionaire. And I understood that the Americans also cook only with water. What they can do, I can do, okay? I went through the best universities in Europe. I know thousands of people, so why not? For me, this was very clear that this is not so difficult. But I didn't sponsor many people, only 18 people. Okay, I wasn't like Geoff, 400, 500 people. But that was enough. And I helped every single one of them all the way to, I stayed with them all the way till they reached QNMD or more. I never gave up earlier. I said, I commit my time to you. if you commit to me, so we sign a commitment, a joint agreement from an early stage on. I learned this from James. Okay, and if somebody wouldn't commit, so I said, I'd come with 3 guests tomorrow to the meeting, and he would say, sorry, I couldn't reach him, then I would say, okay, then come with 6 guests next week. Otherwise, I knew this is not my future partner. And okay, I wasn't that hard always, but I wanted my partners to stick to their commitment, and then I gave them my time. Determination, I was determined, yeah. And yes, of course, I had this dream. Yeah. Nothing could stop me, not even my family, not even my best friends. I had this dream. I've seen it. I've seen J. Martin. I've seen all the NMDs. I went to them and they showed me how this business worked. I saw everything. I came to the UK. Okay, it was a small group. Everybody was still sales coordinator, even James. But yes, but we had the most fantastic meetings and trainings with all the old English NMDs. I know them all from the old days, and we had so much fun. This was also, it was better than going out in the evening. We would go out after the meeting and have a joint restaurant. We would meet. We were looking all week forward to this meeting and to the dinner afterwards. That was the most important, the dinner afterwards, after the little meeting. An hour and a half, but then we would have dinner. That was, new guests could merge and mingle with doctors and housewives and students, and everybody found his partner to talk to and learn something. And then let me come to the E, excitement. I knew nothing, had no knowledge, but I was excited, and hopefully this never stops for you. That at the end you know so much, you have 100% knowledge, and you lose your excitement. Yeah? Never ever lose your excitement. Just keep excited, because this is 80% of what people will get. They see this guy is really, or this lady really. They feel it. They know it. They know there's something behind it. I need to listen to him, but listen to her. It's sheer excitement. If you talk about facts and figures, people forget it. What do I know? How many vitamins are out there and minerals? I know it's great. I know it, since I take Shoes Plus, what happens to me. I talked of my own experience, but be excited. That's number one. And then endurance, stay with it. Yeah? You have days where it's not going so well, where you said, talk to your upline every day. If I'm in a bad mood, I talk to one of my top 3 or 4 NMDs, and then I'm excited afterwards. If I hear you guys today, I'm happy. It's worth for me all day to share this with you and to stop the car and talk to you, because I know this is all so good for me to listen to you, because that gives me an additional energy tomorrow and all day long. Yeah, and then lead by example. This is my point also. If you talk, walk while you talk. Now, whatever the saying is in English, you understand me. You do what you tell your people to do, not tell them do this and I watch you, but you go out with them. You make the first phone calls. You help them until they have the first 3 or 4 or 5 customers, until they have the first 5, 10 people in the business. Help them to also build an international team. That's interesting. Yeah? This is my favorite, to go out in the world and to new territory where there's nobody been before. Everybody told me, Wim, what are you doing in Israel? You're German. They are delivering a jumbo jet with fruits and vegetables every day into Frankfurt with fresh fruits and vegetables. And now you go to Israel and try to sell them Juice Plus fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Everybody told me I'm crazy. Yeah? But I had this dream. I knew Roy and my vision that I want to build in Israel. So I went in there. Nobody was there before. And I was very lucky with the right. It can work. It can be that you have the wrong person, but you can get lucky. It was a great recommendation, and see what happens, what comes out of it. Have always this vision. Yeah. The vision always kept me all my life. I have the vision that I can accomplish something, that I see something, I have a vision, and then I put it on the writing on my board or wherever, and then I see myself. I say, okay, 50 hectares in Hawaii, why not? Yeah? I sleep over it in the night. And the next morning I wake up, say, okay, 1 hectare on the beach is enough, maybe. But what do you need 50 hectares for in Hawaii? Whatever your dream is, your vision, do it. I mean, and think about it. You work 2, 3, 5 years, whatever. Work really part-time good, and then start to see that you build a great team. And then at my age, first you're young, you need a good teacher, okay? Then later, when you know this business, you do it yourself. You don't need any more support in that sense. But when you're 30 years in the business, you need a team that you can rely on. And this is the most beautiful thing that I didn't see. All these friends around the world. No matter where I come today, then there's 400, 500 people sitting there somewhere out there. And I'm most welcome. And same when they come and visit us. That is something I didn't see. I only saw the business behind it, the first stage. But what I see today is friends I've been working together with for 30 years, 33 years. They get children and grandchildren. They invite me to weddings, whatever. And this is something which is not normal in normal companies. In a normal company, I studied economics. You work 4 or 5 years in that company, and then you need to get out of it and to get promoted, and you need to reach new territory. Here you stay in this business for the rest of your life. Okay, so that's my message to you today. Thank you for inviting me over, and thank you for sharing the time with you. I know it was a little bit longer than you planned it, but it's okay. It's a good time. I love you all. I see you soon at the next convention. Finally, hopefully the next convention soon. Okay, all the best.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. We really appreciate you taking the time out and pulling over as well to give us your top tips in the car. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you. And everyone, you can pop your top takeaways into the chat at the bottom. Mine were definitely excitement, endurance, and leading by example, which are obviously the backbones of our business. So today has been absolutely incredible. I have loved every minute of it. Thanks to all of our amazing speakers, and thanks once again to James for putting this together every single month, because I just think we get so much value out of this, and I always really look forward to it. Hope you've taken so much away from it as well, and just remember, stay excited, stay close to the fire, make sure you're on all of those calls, and think of all these incredible events that we've got coming up. Make sure you're in Maidenhead, Manchester. Do not miss out on Leeds. Everyone on the call, please make sure you're at the next convention. I'm not plugging tickets, by the way, I'm not getting paid for that, but you're just going to absolutely love it. It'll be the time of your life, and I can't wait to see you all there. And we'll see you next month on the first Saturday of the month. Thanks everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, James.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.